Vinaka, you're watching Talk Business, and a special welcome to all our viewers who are joining us from around the region via Fiji Television's Sky Pacific Network. On Talk Business tonight, the legacy of a man who revolutionized our mobile sector. Talk Business catches up with Aslam Khan, who calls it a day. How the country's mega shopping center has given rise to international cuisine. And healthy eating. Why a business has banked on salads as the new food on the go. Don't go anywhere, that's all coming up in the next half hour. They say a legacy is etched into the minds of others and the stories they share about you. It's a feeling Aslam Khan hopes to leave behind as he now hands over the reins of the country's pioneering and largest mobile telecommunications company. For 21 years, Khan has been at the helm of Vodafone Fiji since its very inception. With his network experience, he literally ventured out into the unknown when he took up the role of managing director of Fiji's first mobile company back in 1993. As he fondly recalls the moment, there are no regrets.
Didn't know where it was going to go, and today we have 750,000 customers and probably one of the most admired brands in Fiji. It has been an awesome journey. Obviously, it had its own challenges during the lifetime of 21 years, but yes, I'm very proud of what we have achieved to this day.
Khan led the company through some revolutionary times over the 21 years, from the deregulation of the industry to competition kicking in to an overhaul in the dynamics of mobile technology. All this through periods of political and economic uncertainty. Yet despite the challenges, he has made what Vodafone Fiji is today and argues competition did little to stifle the spirit of the organization.
We follow the business excellence framework, and one of the attributes of our people is they are change agents, and they themselves have been quite dynamic in the way we've been running the business. So when competition came, they were kind of ready, and we had Project War, which is we are ready. War is in we are ready. And we had all the attributes that worked out of competition. We planned ourselves well, and when they came, we gave them a good fight. And it was all through our people. And I always say this, one of the reasons why Vodafone has been successful in the marketplace is purely because of the passion in our people. That is the key differentiator. Vodafone is not about Aslam Khan. It's all about the people that work in it, and it is the reason why it has been successful.
But that's not to say it was any easy getting to where he is now. 2 decades at the top has meant taking the hard line. That could have possibly cost him his career. Imagine trying to sell the foreign concept of a mobile phone back in the 1990s. Aslam Khan will attest it was no walk in the park.
The initial days, Rachna, was that we were selling mobile phones which were about $1,500 a piece, $44 a month, 60 cents a minute. Yes, it was tough, and it was tough during that time in '94 when the economic climate was very, very, very poor. The only thing that we remember during 1990s and 90s was the inconsistencies of the marketplace. And yes, it was tough economic climate. But yeah, we came through. The first 3 years was struggle, but we eventually came through. It was a hard grind, but yeah, we went through. It wasn't easy. In fact, no one knew that Vodafone ever will actually make it. But yeah, it was tough times, and we had to just believe in ourselves, believe in the people we had and the team we had, and we basically just trotted along.
As he reflects on a career that has been both colorful and eventful, he says that one of his highlights has been the ability to bridge the digital divide. 20 years ago, mobile phones were considered a luxury. Today, owning your own device is not only possible, but has also become a necessity.
We actually didn't do it ourselves. We obviously took the help with our business partners, so the likes of Maurice Hestrom Group, the Courts Group, with a number of service agents as well as phonology. We obviously had business partners to make this happen. So we followed a model which actually enabled us to achieve what we achieved. And Rachna, today we have 110% mobile penetration. Obviously there are more phones in this country than people. I think we reckon we have something like 1 million phones in this country. More than definitely number of people in this country, and that actually is not unusual. We probably are the only country in the South Pacific which has that, and we join the likes of Australia and New Zealand, which enjoy that penetration of more than 100%.
He took over a job that many knew had too many risks, but for a man that drew inspiration from within, he knew too well his capable team were his strength.
I think the key thing is, Rachna, is people. I've said the success of any organization is having the right people. And like I said, Vodafone is not about Aslam Khan, it's about the people. And if you have the right people, you actually can achieve this. And that is the whole crux of people that you get behind you and they support you to achieve those goals. So it is the people which make the difference in an organization, any organization for that matter. And I was very fortunate to have this. We have an average age in Vodafone is about 26, so I have quite a young and dynamic team out there to do this. And through them we have achieved this.
Which is why the memories he'll take with him are too many to forget.
Too many to remember. Like I say, I've met many customers, many people, many friends. I really can't put one finger to this. There's been one too many. I think one of the things I also will say, which is also one of my legacies, is also 10 years ago we started the Vodafone Fiji Foundation. As something that I passionately believe in corporate social responsibility. And I've seen as a result of Vodafone Fiji doing what we have done, given we have spent like $10 million over the last 10 years, I've seen it's also triggered other corporate companies to actually also get into CSR. And like I said, in life you do to receive things, but it's a lovely thing to actually give away. And through our foundation, we have made difference to huge people, to a number of public, through what we have given to in charity. There are too many to name, and I think this next month, I think we are celebrating our 10th year of our foundation, and you will see the kind of achievement in the last 10 years. It's just been awesome.
So, does he in fact have any regrets?
Can't remember any. I'm sure. Like I said, I can't put a finger on any of them yet. Like I say, it's obviously like I say, you get there by obviously making mistakes and learning from mistakes, and there have been mistakes we've made in the last 21 years, definitely, but we've learned from the mistakes. I always say this, even with our people, is it's okay to make mistakes. The main thing is to know not to make the same mistake twice. And so in Vodafone, we obviously push ourselves to, we have a learning culture that we obviously learn from our mistakes. And I have made few mistakes in my time, but like I said, the key thing is not to clobber the team that does it, but need to encourage them and support them to actually make sure that you don't make the same mistakes again.
Khan says it's all about one's corporate journey, and for him, it's been nothing short of exciting times, memorable moments, and lifelong friendships. And as he hands over the baton to a team he's helped groom all these years, he's confident they'll carry the company through.
They've been, Rachna, quite frankly, they've been running this for the last 3 years. So for them, it will be business as usual. My role has been purely to support them in what they do. Like I said, the key thing is the people behind Pradeep and the executive team, and I'm very confident of the team that is there now, that will actually continue to produce the same results and even do more. So I'm not too worried about the succession of this. The key thing is the people inside the organization. They are all packed up to do this. And Pradeep is a different animal. He actually is quite. I may be a bit more laid back. Pradeep is a younger animal. And one thing I'll say, Rachna, I feel sorry for competition because they don't know what's gonna happen to them next.
They say food is symbolic of love when words are inadequate. After all, it's a unique cultural experience that's existed since time immemorial. But food is no longer just considered a meal. It's a soulful journey, daring to taste new cuisine, flavors and aromas, an experience that ignites your senses. And that's what Mamacitas and Saffron, the capital city's two newest restaurants are all about.
I think the market in Fiji is just the same as overseas. People are looking now for variety. They're looking for authenticity, and that's what we bring. I think we're also at that point where our life-work balance is being more and more blended. So we're socialising more, and one of the ways that we do that is in cafes and restaurants and bars. And being able to bring that to the supermarket certainly helps that. I think there's some fantastic restaurants in Suva, and they're getting better all the time. And there's definitely restaurants here of an international standard.
Which is why food is set to soar on the social scene here in the capital.
Suva's ready for something else. I think you see every day now where people are looking for opportunities to dine out. They're looking for new and more innovative styles of dining, and I believe that Saffron and Mamacita's offer both of those, yeah.
Now, Mamacita's offer an authentic range of Mexican dishes. You can get anything from tacos to fajitas and even enchiladas. But will people actually warm up to the idea of Mexican food?
And when you actually think about it, the Mexican food and ingredients is not that far removed of a lot of things that we already do in Fiji. So, we have chutney, Mexican is salsa. They have tortilla, we have roti. So there's a lot of similarities. And of course they use a lot of coriander and chili and things like that. So it's really familiar flavours, but put together differently. And the idea with Mamacita's here is that it's offering something that's a lot more fun.
Now, what good would it be if we didn't show you just how good Mexican food can be? So here's the first course.
So of course, being here at Mamacita's, it wouldn't be any good if we didn't show you some typical Mexican food. So Pranesh is going to put together for us some chicken fajitas. Fajitas, which is spelled F-A-J-I-T-A-S. So this is a dish which always adds a lot of excitement and theatre to the restaurant. So we send them out sort of smoking and flaming. And it's really just a very, very quick stir fry. So we throw that in with the chicken in with some onions, capsicums, and then we've got so the onions, capsicum, and then we have our own special Mexican sauces that we make. And we use a lot of different chilies which make up Mexican food and give it its uniqueness. This one has a blend of tomatoes and chipotle chilies. Chipotle chilies are, or chipotle, smoked jalapenos, and they add a really, really nice sort of smoky flavour to the dish.
After 5 more minutes and it's ready to serve.
So another dish that we do here is the tacos, which Pranesh again is putting together. So we'll show you one of our chicken tacos. Now tacos can be two things. Tacos are either served in a crisp corn tortilla or they can be done in a soft flour tortilla. And of course the soft flour tortilla, as we've said, is similar to roti. Probably my preference. I really enjoy the crisp corn tortillas, which are really a similar thing to the tortilla chips that you get. The good thing with Mexican, of course, is it's very quick to cook. Okay, and that gets served on a plate again with your choice of tortillas, and of course some of the salsas and salad.
The final touch, spicy Mexican fused chicken. And there you have it, 2 famous dishes from the Mamacita's, the flaming Fijian chicken fajitas and the taco de polo, which means chicken tacos. Now right next to the Mamacita restaurant is Saffron. It's here where you'll find a range of Indian food, from locally inspired curries to spicy authentic Indian dishes from the motherland. Chef Brendan admits for both the restaurants the price point is crucial, especially when they're also catering to a large university market here. But again, with so many Indian food outlets, what more could Saffron offer?
There's always something new to try, and there's new flavours to play around with. And as a chef, I mean, I certainly don't necessarily do the Indian cooking, so we've got chefs that do that. But what I try to do is engage with them to come up with new ideas. How can we use the local ingredients? How can we do something a little bit different with them? So as much as we want to be able to offer familiar dishes, we also want to be able to offer things that are a little bit different, that people can have a new experience.
Now, on to some Indian cooking, and we'll start with tandoori meat. Now to some seasoning, and it's ready for plating. Onto some seriously delicious Indian curry called karai chicken, inspired by Sindhi cooking from around the north of Delhi in India.
Okay, so we put some coriander seed, some chili, garlic, so Suresh, who is our chef here at Saffron Restaurant in Suva, one of his signature dishes, karai chicken. So we've got some coriander seed, we've got some garlic, tomatoes, onions, capsicum, all going in here. So it's a sort of more of a sort of Indian stir-fry dish. Very quick. Some tomatoes.
Now to the main bit, adding the spices.
Obviously a pinch of salt, some haldi, some chili, a splash of chili powder. Okay, and we've got some nice fresh Fiji coconut going in there. Yeah, coriander, and a little bit of cumin, some jeera powder, and a little bit of garam masala. Yep, so in goes our chicken. A little water, which is going to help make our gravy.
Then let it simmer.
And of course finish with some nice fresh coriander. You can never have too much coriander. Right? A little squeeze of lemon juice, which helps season it.
And finish it off with fresh yogurt. There you have it, Indian karai chicken with rice, roti and condiments. These two restaurants are offered at the Damodar city centre, the capital's newest attraction. It's a journey that began back in 2011, and now after 3 years, the large entertainment complex is doing pretty well.
It was quite a journey in putting the whole thing up, and I guess one thing we're very proud about this project is that it's the people who worked here, all the consultants and the builders are all local. We're all Fijians, and so this is an actual Fijian product. Even our tenancy reconcentrated that we wanted 90% Fijian-owned companies, and we've achieved that. Where I would say from occupancy point of view, we have 5 left out of 79 tenancy. So we've taken a bit more than a natural time to find a tenant, but we've been very careful how we found it. Because our research found that we wanted what people wanted.
Damodar city is like a mega shopping mall, with entertainment and leisure all mashed up into one. But striking that right balance, where there's something for everyone, was hardly an easy task.
Yes, we have the premium crowd that come in, but if you can start off with the family first, study what do parents do with their kids, or what do young teens do, then we'll get the formula right. And I think from that focus onward, we took that strength forward. And we actually realized what tendencies were out there, and we actually put them together, put ourselves in a scenario where, okay, what would I do? And I think those steps that we took forward, we managed to put some of these tendencies you see today, like the Liam Hindle's Bad Dog. You see the Jack's Group of Fiji's restaurants. You see the sushi train restaurant, and our cinemas, the food court, courts, Newell, Waterphone, BSP, all these guys, our treehouse, all these tenants you see, you actually see a one-stop shop point of view, that I will come, I will do this, and I will do that.
Which only explains one phenomenon, that the actual dynamics of our social scene is fast evolving.
You can do something every night. And that's something great now I see about whole of Suva. I mean, when you look at Suva right now and look at Suva before, it's totally different. I mean, it's a great city.
And finally on the show tonight, we thought we'd bring you some healthy food tips, courtesy of a business that's striving towards this end. Nowadays, with the growing influence of fast foods and people always on the move, settling for a balanced diet isn't exactly easy. Coupled with your daily busy schedule and work demands, it can become all the more difficult. So what if you could walk into an eatery and make a quick salad? Sounds far-fetched? Hardly, because the folks at Kahawa are doing exactly that. The coffee shop, which was established back in 2000, now runs a salad bar. Apart from their signature coffee drinks, you can put together a healthy alternative to brunch or lunch.
Because everyone is doing the same thing now. Every coffee shop is opening now and making the same thing with sandwiches and coffee, smoothies. So we're trying to just make things different.
With a DIY concept, do it yourself, like the internet slang, the coffee shop encourages its customers to choose their own fillings for their salads, from a range of fresh vegetables to cold-cut meats.
Not bad.
It was a big, we thought at first it's going to be, I know we might run at a loss trying to open up a salad bar, but then we thought, let's just give it a try and see how it goes. Basically what we're trying to do is just keep it simple and keep it fresh. You know, simple and fresh and affordable for everyone.
Now, taking on a huge risk with salads, Norusha admits it could have gone either way. But with the new wave of healthy eating and the Keep Fit movement, salads now seem like the way to go.
When we started out, it wasn't so popular, but as we moved into the first few months after that, early this year, it started to pick up because that's when people were starting to do all their New Year's resolutions and stuff. So that started to pick up, and you see a lot of more people coming around now.
Against stiff competition in the cafe business, Kahawa has been able to maintain their clientele over the years, and 14 years in the business is a clear indication. But their secret to success is innovation and creativity. Trying out something new apart from sandwiches and smoothies is what's kept this business going.
Every other coffee shop here doing the same thing. So we have to try, and apart from the prices, we have to try something new all the time, not to keep our customers bored.
And that's all we have for tonight. We'd love to hear from you, so do send us an email, talkbusiness@fijitv.com.mj. Remember, you can also catch me on the net on our YouTube channel as well as our Facebook page. And if you have a Twitter account, follow me at Rachana Fiji TV. Thank you for joining us. Do join us again at the same time next week. Until then, have a productive week.